Hey y'all, it's Tonette. BJ and I continue to answer, where y'all been? These are our experiences and our opinion. We hope you are informed, inspired, and even entertained. In this episode, we talk about the quality time we spent as a family wandering during the winter break of 2016 and visiting our 41st state. We also share some things we learned from traveling over the holidays. To get notified of future videos, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell. On December 23rd, I stayed home with the kids and prepared to wander on our annual winter family trip. We plan to stop in several new states in our quest to visit all the United States. We also wanted to take our baby girl through states that she'd never been to. We picked BJ up from work at 5 p.m. and started our overnight drive through West Virginia and Ohio. On Christmas Eve, we arrived in Detroit, Michigan at 7 a.m. and were allowed to check in early and eat breakfast at our hotel. Then we went to the pool and took a nap before we explored the city and got lunch from downtown. It was cool to be across the water from Canada. A quick Google search had us thinking we could go there without a passport, so we tried it. Unfortunately, we were turned around at the entrance, so as an alternate activity, we stopped by a mall and hung out there about an hour before it was closing. On Christmas, the kids opened presents, then we went swimming. For lunch, we chose to go back downtown, and after we ate, the girls and I went ice skating at the official gathering place of Detroit. The Christmas tree was as big as the one at Rockefeller Center, and the Christmas music was great. There were even people roasting marshmallows over a fire and making s'mores. We went around the rink slowly, and I still busted my butt. After a while, we all became more comfortable and went faster. It was a really great experience. Next, we stopped by a museum, even though we knew it was closed because we just wanted to see the area. Later, we had dinner reservations at a Chinese restaurant, and it was a good spread and a good dining experience, but the food could have been better. On December 26th, we left Detroit around 3 a.m. and arrived in Chicago, Illinois around 7 a.m. We drove to a donut shop on the south side, but it was closed for the holidays. Then we explored the city a little before we continued to Wisconsin. We even stopped by McDonald's that was amazing compared to the ones we'd seen before. It had 2 levels with an escalator and stairs, and the city of Chicago was the backdrop. We arrived in Wisconsin Dells around noon and checked in early. Then we went to the Passport Ticket Center to pick up combo tickets to a water park and theme park, and we got a 25% discount through our hotel. We grabbed some burgers from Culver's and started playing at the water park first. We enjoyed the massive lazy river which stretched across the entire park. We also liked the activity pool, swim-up bar, and the indoor and outdoor hot tubs. Our kids liked all the water slides except the ones that had the closed chamber that removes the floor from your feet. We took a break to go to a pizza joint. Then we went to the indoor theme park. Everyone played laser tag and it was a lot of fun. The kids rode the go-karts and the Ferris wheel, but only the girls rode the flip ride and tried the rope course, if that's what you want to call it. BJ and I played miniature golf before the guys decided to go to the bowling alley to watch football. On December 27th, we started our day reviewing the weather and our route using Safe Travel USA. There was a blizzard on Christmas Day in the Great Plains area, which included North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, and these were all places that we planned to travel if we could do so safely. So we checked North Dakota and found out Highway I-29 was covered in ice. Then we checked the rest of our routes and they were clear. So we decided to skip North Dakota for this trip. We left Wisconsin Dells around 8 a.m. and the kids were able to see Noah's Ark and some neat roller coasters, Mount Olympus, and some of the best race car tracks we've ever seen. We arrived in St. Paul, Minnesota just in time for lunch. After we ate, we went to a mall in Minneapolis with parking sections named after states. We were in awe at the 4 levels that wrapped around an amusement park and the indoor extreme go-karts, but we just did a little shopping for accessories and headed to South Dakota. When we started planning our trip, Sioux Falls was just going to be a place we passed through, but when BJ told one of his high school friends that we wanted to stop by to say hi, his friend insisted that we stay a while and hang out with their family of 5, which included his wife, a 14, 9, and 3-year-old. However, we didn't tell the kids about our play date until we were on our way there. After the 4-hour drive, we stopped for pizza, then we stayed and played at a really welcoming home. In less than 30 minutes, our kids were playing with their kids with either the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One while BJ was catching up with his friend. I even joined in on the Just Dance for fun with the girls, and after a while, BJ and I went to bed in one of the most comfortable beds ever, while our kids stayed up to watch movies. On December 28th, we were taken on a little tour of Sioux Falls, and that included a ranch and a popular park with waterfalls. We tried some local burgers, then we returned to the house to watch movies, play video games, and continue chatting. We really enjoyed their company on our journey, along with the frozen virgin daiquiris, sundaes, pie in the face game, and the gorilla costume. On December 29th, we left South Dakota with Missouri as our destination. We stopped in Omaha, Nebraska for dessert, then we ate barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas, before we checked into our hotel in nearby Kansas City, Missouri. Next, we took the shuttle to a nearby shopping center to shop and enjoy the lights before we picked up more barbecue and burgers for dinner. Finally, we relaxed in the hotel pool, which made it easier for us to get some rest. On December 30th, we headed to Kentucky. We stopped in St. Louis, Missouri to eat and visit a famous landmark for a photo op. Then we arrived in Louisville, Kentucky in time to watch the FSU game and order room service. We stayed in Louisville for 2 nights, which allowed us to try several different restaurants and wander around the city. On January 1st, we started our trip back to North Carolina. I was really interested in visiting a popular destination in Asheville, North Carolina. So we got a hotel there, and on our way, we ate lunch in Rocky Top, Tennessee. We arrived in Asheville, North Carolina around dinner time. Then on January 2nd, I couldn't get anyone to take the tour with me, so I went alone, and I really enjoyed myself before we drove home. New places we ate include American Coney Island and Lafayette Coney Island, both in Detroit, Michigan. Uno's Chicago Pizza in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. The Nook in St. Paul, Minnesota. In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we tried the Pizza Ranch and Burger Time. We ate at Nothing But Cake in Omaha, Nebraska. Joe's Barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas. Gates Barbecue in Kansas City, Missouri. Sweetie Pies in St. Louis, Missouri. Then in Louisville, Kentucky, we tried the Fish House, Hammerheads, and Mussels and Burgers. We ate at Old Creek Smokehouse in Rocky Top, Tennessee. Then in Asheville, North Carolina, we tried Pax Tavern, French Broad Chocolate Lounge, and Standard Pizza Company. New places we played were Campus Meredith Park in Detroit, Michigan, and Kalahari's Indoor Water Park and Indoor Theme Park or Amusements in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Places we explored in Detroit, Michigan were Renaissance Center, which is the location of the GMAC headquarters, Motown Museum, the Lions Stadium, and the Tiger Stadium. Then in Chicago, Illinois, we stopped by the Navy Pier and the Bears Stadium. We went to the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we went to Falls Park, and slightly outside of the area, we went to Cowboy Town or Buffalo Ridge. In Kansas City, Missouri, we went shopping at the Country Club Plaza Shopping Center, and we stopped by the Chiefs Stadium. Then in St. Louis, Missouri, we went to the Gateway Arch and stopped by the Cardinal Stadium. We went to the Matthews Mall in Louisville, Kentucky, and I went to the Biltmore Estates in Asheville, North Carolina. Our tip during this trip is on holiday travel. By the winter of 2016, we've been on several trips over the holidays, and we learned a few things. First, most places were less crowded during the winter holidays since people are at home with family. Second, a lot of local restaurants, small businesses, or mom and pop places closed for a few days. And during this trip, the donut shop in Chicago was closed the day after Christmas, and we went by the Motown Museum on Christmas, even though we knew it was closed. We understand that people need time off to recharge and make memories with family, and that's exactly what we were doing. We've learned to check business hours in advance, and sometimes that means adjusting our schedule to make it happen, and other times it means finding something else to do. Finally, holiday cheer is universal with bright lights and beautiful trees everywhere. Although we aren't home by our Christmas tree or a fireplace, we are welcomed into hotels, restaurants, and shopping centers with immaculate trees, sounds of the season, and warm greetings. We can usually select between 2 or 3 trees to sit by and open presents also. 2016 was quite a journey, but we got a pause in answering, where y'all been? If you enjoyed it, like it and share it. To learn more about our family travels, consider subscribing to our channel, and you can get notified of new episodes by selecting the notification bell.